Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Bookmas. So I have a lot of books to talk to you guys about today, so we're just gonna get right into it. We're gonna be talking about my winter TBR and my winter book recommendations. So I think I want to start off first with my winter TBR, my extensive, as always, winter TBR. So I do have physical copies of books, but then there are also some books that I don't own. But these are just books that I've been saving for the winter time or that are coming out this winter, or just books that I think would be perfect to read during this time of year. So by the way, when I talk about winter, I'm talking about obviously December through February. So these are the 3 months that I'll be reading these books in. So for starters, let's talk about the 3 new releases that will be coming out. So first we have In Your Dreams by Sarah Adams. This is the 4th and final book in the Rome, Kentucky series, and this is following the 4th sibling in the series, and I absolutely adore this series. The whole small town, all of the characters are just so endearing, and the first 2 books I actually rated 5 stars, so I'm just so excited for this book to come out. And next we have The Storm by Rachel Hawkins, and I've read 2 of her books, and she writes really interesting thrillers, and I really enjoyed the 2 that I read by her, and so I'm just really excited to pick this one up. I don't know much about it, I just know that she's coming out with a new book and I wanted to read it really badly, so I'm just so excited for that one. And then next we have Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden. I'm really intrigued by this one. Again, I don't know much about it because when she releases new books, I don't read the synopsis in the slightest, because I just know that if she's putting out a new book, I'm gonna read it no matter what it's about. So those are the 3 new releases that I'm very excited to pick up whenever they come out this season. But the next 2 are actually 2 series. I have 2 series that I really want to get to during this winter season. So first we have the entire Throne of Glass series. So this is, I believe, an 8-book series, and I just cannot wait to get what all the hype is about. I want to understand why everyone obsesses over this series, and I feel like it's been a long time coming. I read the ACOTAR series last winter and I fell in love with it. I love the ACOTAR series, and everyone says that this one is even better, so I'm just very excited to finally get to this one. And then the next series is a trilogy. It is the Caraval trilogy. I own the first book only, which is good because I obviously don't know if I'm gonna like it until I read the first book. So I might not read the entire series unless I read the first book and I'm like, oh yeah, that's good, and I want to continue it. So we're at least just gonna read the first book. This one, everyone says it's like a fever dream. Everyone talks about this, they say it's good, but they say it's you're in a fever dream, and I need to know what that means. I need to know what about this makes people feel like that. And then next we actually have a couple holiday Christmas themed books, which obviously I'll be reading sooner than later, maybe even in the next couple videos that you guys see from me. So first we have Love Late Farms. This is one of the most hyped up Christmas themed books, I feel like, from what I've seen at least. I feel like everyone talks about this one when they're recommending Christmas books, and essentially it just seems like a friends to lovers sort of really cute romance. And then this next one is actually a newer release. We have Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace, and she's the author of the Icebreaker, Wildfire, Daydream, the Maple Hills trilogy, and I thought that those books were okay. Would I ever recommend them? No. But this one I'm really excited to get to because I do enjoy her writing. So I'm looking forward to that, and it just seems like a fun small town sort of holiday romance. And then I have Any Trope But You, and I just feel like this is gonna be the perfect winter read. It takes place in Alaska, I'm pretty sure. And just look at the cover, that's so winter. It's the perfect winter read, and it's just a cute short romance book, and I'm just really excited to get to this. And by the way, I apologize for my lack of explaining what these books are about, but I genuinely have no idea because I don't read the backs of books very often, and so for most of these I don't know what they're about. I really don't know much about them. I'm just going in for the vibes, and yeah, I do judge books by their covers now because I don't necessarily read the backs of books much anymore. I either look at them based on their covers or I get that recommended to me. So okay, and then this is like another Christmas themed book. I actually forgot about this one. We have The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. I bought this last year when it got all of its hype. I think that was last year. Was it 2 years ago? I can't remember, but whenever this got popular is when I bought it, but I just haven't read it yet. And it's supposed to give like a Knives Out sort of, but like Christmas themed, I'm pretty sure. And I've just heard it's like really fun and I love that, so we're going to read that one this year. But like this is one of those books where like if I don't get to it this year, we're getting rid of it because it's just been on my TBR for too long. But I really do want to read this because it just seems so fun and it's relatively short. Like I don't even think it's 300 pages. So, and then the next book is one that I plan on reading around Valentine's Day. Again, got super hyped up last year when it first came out, which is First Time Caller. I think that it's like the perfect Valentine's Day read, and it just got a lot of hype last year and people were really loving it. And I really love Valentine's Day, and last year I read a Valentine's Day themed book, which I will get to when we get to the recommendations, and I just loved it. It was like, yeah, like if we're gonna read Halloween books and Christmas books, why don't we read Valentine's Day books too? Like this is so fun. Like I love that. So this one I definitely want to get to. And then this next one, again, got so much hype last year, but because I was so focused on reading books strictly for my TBR, I didn't get this one. But I literally haven't gone a day without thinking about this book, and I can't wait to finally be able to go book shopping so I can get this book. And that is The Favorites. Because okay, Daisy Jones and the Six is my favorite book ever, and people compare them, and I'm like, okay, if there's any book that people are comparing Daisy Jones and the Six to, I need to read it, because like I've been craving a book to make me feel the way that that book made me feel. So I really want to read The Favorites at some point this season. It gives like the perfect like January vibes, I feel like. And then next we have The Second Chance Cinema. This is my recent October book of the month book, and it just really seemed interesting, like the most interesting of all the options. And so I just got this one, and I feel like blue is a very wintry color, and so just the cover itself is giving me that vibe. But I think it'll just be like a fun romance, a little whimsical, a little magical book to read this winter. And then next I have Betting on You by Lynn Painter. I really love Lynn Painter's YA books. I've only read 2 of them actually, but they've both been like 4 or 5 stars, so I really enjoy them. So I really want to read Betting on You just because like I've also heard that it's like one of her best. So, and then I have The Last Word by Taylor Adams, and I think that this is just like a really good like winter thriller. Like I think it's like based on like someone leaves an author a 1-star review and then the author like hunts that person down. I could be totally wrong. What if that's like not the synopsis and I just said that? I just made that up. That might not be what the book is about. I don't know, but I just know like there's an author involved. I probably should have done my research before filming this video, but oh well. So we have that book, we have The Last Word, and then lastly, the last book on our very extensive winter TBR, we have Beartown by Frederick Bachman. And I can practically hear bestie Alexia screaming through the phone telling me, yes, please read this book this winter. She talks about this book so highly. I know how much she loves this book, and I am so excited to read this because I know his books are so well loved across the whole book community, and I really like, he's one of the authors that I want to sort of get into and really try to read more in 2026, and so I feel like this will be a good start. And obviously it's so winter coated, like the cover at least, and I think it follows like a hockey team, or like there's hockey in it, so I just feel like it's gonna be the perfect winter read, and I'm so excited for it. Okay, so now that we have gone through my it's heavy my winter TBR, it is time to move on to my book recommendations. So first things first, I have some like more Christmas themed books that I really enjoyed, or I just think that someone may enjoy it. So first, I actually really loved this one. It is In Holidays by Christina Lauren, and it's like a Groundhog Day trope where this girl, our female main character Malin, she goes on a trip with her family, and they have this annual tradition of getting together with a lot of like close family friends and stuff like that. And when they're on their way home, I'm pretty sure it is, her and her parents get into a car accident and die, and that's why she ends up living the same day over and over and over again. And it was just really fun. Like, they're just having like this Christmas vacation in this like really Christmassy like house and like setting with all these like family members and everything, and she keeps living the same day over and over again, and she can't figure out why. And it was just really fun. And again, it's young adult, and I would honestly really highly recommend this. And then next we have Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, and I remember really enjoying this. It's actually really short. It's 248 pages, so it's like way under 300. So it was just really short and sweet, and I don't remember exactly what this is about. I'm pretty sure our female main character has to like create the window design for a like Christmas shop or something like that. I can't really remember, but I remember she's like in charge of creating this, and then there's a romance between her and I believe he's the owner of the store or something like that. Like, there's some like conflicting reason why it's wrong for them to like be together, and I remember really enjoying it, but it does get really spicy, so just like be aware of that. Like, that's what honestly like turned me away from really enjoying this book. But for the most part, I did think it was really fun, and again, it's so short. And then next, oh my gosh, wait, this one also seems so short. What the heck? Yeah, this one's literally 243 pages. Like, this is another super short little Christmas book. We have All I Want Is You by Fallon Ballard, and I read this last year, and I just remember I loved it so much. Like, literally so much. I read it so quickly, and I was so invested. I was so into it. And basically, our two main characters are both romance writers, but I believe like he writes like non-happy endings, and obviously she writes like normal romance books that have happy endings. And they both get stuck at this hotel, I'm pretty sure. Like, they get snowed in, and they're both there, and they both like they're both in writing slumps, and they end up like turning to each other to end up getting like inspiration, and they both like write their books, I'm pretty sure. I honestly like can't remember too much about this, but I just remember really loving it. And if you're gonna take any recommendations from this, honestly these two are probably my favorite. And then lastly, for like the Christmas books, we have Baggage Claim by Juliana Smith, and this is on Kindle Unlimited, I'm pretty sure, and I believe there's like a second book in this, and again, it's just under 300 pages. Like, these books are so short and so easy to like fly through. And this one is a fake dating book where our female main character has to pretend that she's dating this guy because her family is like expecting her to like be with someone, I'm pretty sure, and like she needs someone to bring on this Christmas family vacation. And I'm pretty sure she meets him on the plane. Yeah, she meets him on the plane, and it's just like, it was really fun like fake dating book. So I would highly recommend this, and it takes place in Colorado, I'm pretty sure, on like a ski trip. So those are like the Christmas books that I had to recommend, but now I have a few like winter thrillers. So first we have Rock Paper Scissors, and I'm not going to tell you guys anything about this because I want you guys to like read this and feel as shocked and surprised by this book as I felt. Like, I just remembered when we got to the plot twist, I was literally shook. I like was so shocked that I just couldn't even believe that it had been written, because I was like, how do you even come up with this? Like, there's no way. I just read this entire book and this was the plot twist and it was this crazy. Like, it was so good. So I would highly recommend this one, and obviously it's perfect for the winter time. And then next, this one's so perfect for winter, we have No Exit by Taylor Adams, and this one gets a little bit more like gruesome, a little bit, like just a little bit more disturbing for a thriller, I feel like. But basically, our female main character, she gets stuck at this rest stop. She gets snowed in while she's on her way. I think she's visiting family, and so she gets stuck at this rest stop, and she's stuck with like 4 other people. I think like there's like 4 other people trapped, snowed in at this place, and she goes out to her car to like make a phone call or try to make a phone call or something. She sees this van in the parking lot, and there is a little girl trapped inside the van, kidnapped, and she realizes that one of the people she's stuck in this rest stop with is a kidnapper. It gets like really like creepy and eerie, and you literally don't know who to trust, because as soon as you start trusting someone, you're like, wait, I think they might be the bad guy. It's really like crazy, and it's really hard to trust absolutely anyone. And I just remember flying through this, and I really enjoyed it. And again, like, it's taking place in Colorado, I think, in a rest stop during a blizzard, and they're also snowed in, so it's like the perfect winter thriller. And then we have Misery by Stephen King. So as you can tell from the cover, there's snow everywhere, and basically our male main character, he's a best-selling author, and essentially he meets his biggest fan, and she ends up kidnapping him and forcing him to write the next book in his series, or just write another book in his series, and she won't let him leave until the book is written, but she's like torturing him and stuff. And so just with that synopsis, but with Stephen King's writing, this was so good, and honestly one of the best Stephen King books that I've ever read. I love this book, and everyone who reads this book loves it. It's probably one of his like most popular, like highest ranked books, like one of them. This is just, it's so good. So if you like Stephen King, or if you like a little bit of like a darker mystery sort of book, I would highly recommend this. I don't know if this is like necessarily horror, but it's like more like thriller, like really gets you like freaked out. So definitely pick up this one for this winter time. And then next, this is The Do-Over by Lynn Painter, and like I said, this is like the Valentine's Day book that I read this past year that I really enjoyed. This is another Groundhog Day trope young adult, and basically this girl, our female main character, she's living the same day over and over again on Valentine's Day, and so many things go wrong this day. Like, her boyfriend cheats on her, her dad tells her she's moving across the country, like literally like so many things keep going wrong, but she keeps living the same day over and over again. And it's just like a cute, sweet, like young adult romance, and it's just really fun, and again perfect for Valentine's Day. And then my last book recommendation is Divine Rivals, and I haven't read much fantasy, but this I feel like is the perfect winter sort of fantasy read, because I feel like it's just so cozy, and it's like, it's very simple fantasy. Like, if you're new to fantasy, or if you don't like high stakes fantasy, this is perfect for you, because it doesn't get too into the politics. You're not like learning too much about the gods that take place in this book. The only real like fantasy element that we really see a lot of is our two main characters communicate through these magical typewriters. It's just so magical. I love this book, and I don't want to say too much because I went into this blind and I just loved it. So I would highly recommend, if you don't like too high stakes fantasy, this one is so good. And this is a duology. I haven't read the second book, and I don't know if I'm going to. I haven't heard the best things about it, and honestly, like, I was like content with the way that this one went. Like, obviously it ended on a place where like you would want a second book, like you would really need a second book to like answer things and like continue on with the story and get a happy ending. But I don't know, I was just like content with the way that this one ended. Okay, so with that being said, that is all of my book recommendations and my entire winter TBR. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you got some book recommendations. Let me know if you've read any of the books that are on my TBR. Let me know if you loved them. Let me know which ones your favorite were, so that I know which ones to start with. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you are enjoying Bookmas so far, and I hope to see you tomorrow for the next Bookmas video. Bye guys.